Hey everybody, I am so excited about Virtual Quilt Luminarium. It's available for everyone worldwide. If you're a beginning quilter or an advanced quilter, if you're a modern quilter, a contemporary quilter, an art quilter, or a traditional quilter, there's so many topics that I'm covering, from improvisational to precise and design to dyeing fabric. In addition to all of that, I cover the creative muse, which is an inspirational talk about finding that creative spirit within. I want you to take a listen to this, see if it fits, and if it does, I hope that you'll join me for the Virtual Quilt Luminarium.
The creative person must know your enemies, and I'm going to tell you who some of them are. Number one is the creative spectator. You know this person. This person is in your quilt guild, and this person has bought a lot of fabric and patterns and doesn't miss a meeting. They might even serve on the board, but they do not finish a quilt. They rarely start a quilt, and when the call for entries for the local quilt guild come in, oh, I just don't have, sorry, I've been so busy, I don't have anything to show. I just don't. But when the show comes around, Miss Thing right here is going to walk around, and she comes up to your quilt, and you don't realize it, but then you suddenly see her, and you suddenly look at her going, just so sad. She missed those seams right there. Those stitches are just not even. They're just not. Poor thing. God bless her heart. All right? And maybe you have a conversation and she's trying to be nice and she goes, I just not sure why you use those fabrics. I wouldn't have chosen those fabrics. Miss Thing, let me tell you about Miss Thing. She's the creative spectator. She's around, but she's not in the fight. She's not on the team. She doesn't understand. And I'm going to tell you something very serious right now. She was not with you when you made that quilt. She does not know what was going on in your life when you made that quilt. She does not know that there were some times you wanted to give up on that quilt. She doesn't know that married into that quilt is the phone call that came for a loved one that suddenly has been diagnosed with an illness that's not very favorable. And that quilt is part of your journey with that memory. Miss Thing doesn't know any of that. So Miss Thing needs to keep her mouth shut. But she doesn't. And what Miss Thing says to you sticks and hurts. But she is not your friend. Now, I don't mean she's not a nice person to be around and that she's not polite. I'm talking about your creative psyche. She's not building it up. She's tearing it down, and she has no relation to what's going on in your life. There's the dilly-dallyer. I can't wait to make a new quilt. I'm just going to get an idea. I just need to lay here and get an idea. I know it's going to come to me any minute.